Hi, I'm Karen. Welcome to my channel. Today, I thought it would be fun to introduce my tarot practice to the channel by doing a tarot tag. This was created by Crescent Dreams Tarot here on YouTube, and it's called the hashtag Tarot Community Build. I'm going to jump right into the questions. The first one is name, preferred pronouns, channel name if you have one. My name's Karen. My preferred pronouns are she and her, and my channel name is Karen Lawana. Question number 2. What first got you into tarot, and if you have a channel, why did you create it? My journey to tarot was kind of a winding one. I grew up in a conservative, fundamentalist Christian family and community, so tarot was taboo. And I never really thought much about it as an adult until in December of 2022, I got COVID and I was quarantined to my bedroom for 17 days. And during that time, I watched a whole lot of YouTube. Back then, I mostly watched beauty channels. And on one of those channels, there was a person talking about her crystal collection. And I was intrigued. I thought they were beautiful. So I started looking into crystals and finding out how fascinating they were and the energy and the vibrations that they carry. So I went out as soon as I was well and bought some crystals. Then I started watching some crystal videos, and a lot of people who talk about crystals also talk about tarot and oracle cards. So that kind of piqued my interest in that. I wasn't ready to jump into tarot right away. I'm still a little skittish about that. So I bought 2 oracle decks. This is one of them. This is the Sacred Destiny Oracle by Denise Linn. I still love this deck to this day. And it's just a gentle, supportive deck. And the other one was Shaman's Dream Oracle by Colette Baron-Reid. And that one's a little spicier. This one's just very gentle and supportive, and I just love it. So I used those 2 oracle decks for about a year exclusively. Got to know both of them really well, and then I decided to make the leap in January of 2024 into tarot. I got my first tarot deck, which was the Affirmators Tarot. I wanted to start really slowly and gently. That deck is kind of like little cartoony characters. It's really, the guidebook's hilarious, and there's affirmations for each card. So that was a good way to just dip my toes in. Then not long after that, I got an actual Rider-Waite-Smith. I got the Universal Weight and started really studying tarot at that point. And the reason I decided to create this channel is because I found tarot and oracle decks on YouTube. I already had a channel in the past that was a beauty channel that I've just converted into this channel. And I just wanted to pay forward all of the help that I've gotten. Hopefully I can help some other people to get into tarot if they show any kind of interest in it. Okay, prompt number 3. What is your tarot aesthetic? Basically, what kinds of decks are you attracted to? When I started looking at my collection, I thought I knew the answer to this. I was going to say I'm attracted to nature and animal decks. Well, that's true for oracles. I've got tons of oracle decks here that are nature and animal based. I love all of these. Some of these are very familiar to probably almost everybody. This one is a favorite. I don't think it gets a lot of attention, so I'm going to show you a few of these cards while I talk. What I realized as I was going through these decks is that while I have a lot of oracle decks, isn't that beautiful? That show nature, and this one's a Celtic based deck, but it has a lot of beautiful green nature in it. But as I was looking through my other decks, I realized that there was another theme that was more prevalent even than the nature and animal. And this one is a hint of that. That kind of, I'm going to call it soft medieval or soft storybook. It's not the really stiff kind of RWS imagery. It's kind of a storybook, medieval kind of aesthetic. And I have a lot more of those than I would have told you I had if you had just asked me and I didn't have all my collection in front of me. Let me show you what I mean. This is the Mindscapes Tarot. That's one of my landscape tarot decks that I have. This is what I thought I had so much of. And it does, it's beautiful. It has some gorgeous landscapes, and I do love not just the landscapes in this deck, but the guidebook. It's a wonderful read. It's well thought out. At first glance, the cards don't look that substantial until you get into it, and then you realize there's so much meaning in that deck. This is my only other landscape tarot, and that's the Tarot Landscapes, which I also love, but that's not what I have the most of, it turns out. I have several storybook, kind of soft, if not medieval, kind of, what would be a good word for it? Old-fashioned, maybe? Some of these. This is the Tarot of the Abyss by Anna Torian, which I absolutely love her. You see what I'm kind of saying, though? They've got this kind of soft, old-timey, but not like, look how beautiful this card is. That card is so beautiful. And this one, the Empress, she's so gorgeous. And I don't like black and white decks generally. This is the only one I have, but I wanted Tarot of Echoes. It was supposed to be released mass market last year, and it wasn't. And I hope it's going to be this year. But I had to get my Anna Torian fix, so I got this deck. And I'm so happy I did because I love it. It's a great deck. Here's another one that has that kind of storybook, medieval kind of look to the... This is the Good Fortune Tarot by Barbara Moore, and the illustrations are by Jessica Rue, who also did the Woodland Wardens, which I have also here in Oracle, so I love her artwork. But this one's different than her art in this deck. This one's that kind of modern meets kind of storybook. Let's see if I can find some more that show here. Here's a good one. Just has that kind of almost royalty castle storybook feel to it. And I have yet another deck that falls into that category. And that is the Unicorn's Journey Tarot. Now this one is very much of that aesthetic because it is a story. It's the story of Mystic the Unicorn, but that kind of soft story vibe. I didn't realize how drawn I was to that until I started going through my decks. I have other decks that don't fall into this category, obviously, but this is the biggest category of decks I have. And I love these cards. I love these decks. So, who knew? I didn't until I got into this prompt. Okay, where are we now? Number 4. What tarot system is your favorite and which do you want to learn? My favorite is RWS. That's the only one I know, and I'm still learning it, so I don't have any interest right now in learning any other systems because I'm still learning that system. Top 3 favorite major arcana is our next prompt at number 5. And I pulled those out from the Unicorn's Journey Tarot to show you. This one is my favorite, and it is the Hermit. And the reason this is my favorite is for a couple of reasons. For one thing, I'm a Virgo, and this is the card for Virgo. The Hermit card is. And for another thing, I'm very introverted, shy. I spend a lot of time on introspection in my own head, as my family used to say. So I feel like the Hermit card is kind of my soul card. Then the next one is the Magician. This is my birth card, or one of my birth cards based on my birth date. And I'm very, very drawn to the Magician card. I love the thought of manifesting our world, of creating your reality, using the tools you have and making the life you want. And then the next one is Strength. I love the Strength card. Isn't that a beautiful Strength card? Because so much of life is finding strength, overcoming fears, finding the courage and the strength, the inner strength to do what you want, to do things that you didn't really think you could do, like a YouTube channel, or to just go after a dream. It just takes strength. Okay, prompt number 6. Favorite suit of the minors and why? My first choice would probably be Pentacles. I am a Virgo, and so that's an earth sign, and Pentacles are the earth suit. And so I feel very comfortable in that one. And I do love nature. I love trees and animals and plants and crystals and landscapes. And we spend a lot of time out in nature. I love to watch the birds. And yeah, so I think Pentacles because it is the earth suit. But I also love the Cups. I'm a Cancer rising, and I have more water in my chart actually than anything else. So Cups really get me sometimes. Okay, next prompt is number 7. Which of the quartz would you consider as your significator? I've always considered it to be the Queen of Pentacles. Partly because she is the older woman of the earth suit. And so I feel like that's kind of who I am in this world right now. But also I just like what she stands for. She's generous, she's nurturing and warm, she's generous with her resources, with her time, and just someone who has come into who she is. And I love that, and I want to be that person, and so I want to make her my significator. Okay, number 8. Is cardstock a big deal for you? Yes, it's not a deal breaker, but it is a big deal for me. I have small hands, and as I get older, I have lost a lot of my hand strength. And if the cardstock is too stiff or too thick, I really struggle to shuffle. I love this deck. This is the Muse Tarot by Chris Ann. This is one of my favorite all-time decks. I didn't use it under the aesthetic one because it doesn't fit into any other aesthetic of any other deck I have, but I love it. But this cardstock drives me crazy. Like I said, it's not a deal breaker, but it's like cardboard. It's stiff, it doesn't give, and I can barely get my hand around the deck, much less shuffle it. I can't look at that. I cannot shuffle it. I'm pushing nothing. So yeah, cardstock is a big deal to me. Not a deal breaker. I still love this deck, but it's a big deal. Okay, number 9. Do you read for others? Not right now. I don't feel confident enough to do that yet. I'm pretty early in on my tarot journey, and when I get more confident, I would love to read for others. Prompt number 10, the number 1 deck you're excited to have come out this year. I hope it comes out this year. Tarot of Echoes on Mass Market. I did not discover this deck until the indie version had already come and gone. And I've been waiting ever since. They announced last year that it would be coming out late last year, 2025. And it didn't. So now I'm hoping sometime, please, in 2026. I feel like that deck is everything I want in a deck. I hope I'm not building it up too much, but I've watched so many videos on it, I don't think I am. Okay, that was the last of the lengthy prompts. So now we're to the lightning round questions. This is just going to be quick and easy. Coffee or tea? coffee. Colors or monochrome? Colors, except for Tarot of the Abyss. Cats or dogs? I have 5 dogs. I think that answers that one. Although I do love cats, but I don't have any cats. Flora or fauna? Both. Although if you make me choose one, I'll choose fauna because I really do love animals. Although I love trees too. But both. Okay, favorite time of day? Mornings. I love a fresh new morning, watching the sun come up. Yes, mornings, before my brain gets cluttered with all the thoughts of the day. Favorite things besides tarot? Oh, I've got so many. I've got all the things I mentioned in my spiritual practice video. Meditation, mindfulness. I do Reiki, which I love. I have my crystal energy and chakra work that I do. I am a student of astrology and numerology. I love those. I love to go hiking. I love to sit on my back porch and watch the birds. I like to play with my dogs, hang out with my husband, and read. I love to read. I read fiction and nonfiction. And I love to write. I love to write. That was it. That was it for this tarot tag, an introduction to my tarot practice. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please come back and see me again. Bye for now.